You discovered human design and now you're incredibly fascinated and feel deeply attracted to understanding this concept deeper. In this video, I'm going to break down what human design is made of and how it can help and support you in understanding yourself better, other people better, and how it can help you align with your soul's true purpose. I'm so excited to deep into this little comprehensive video so that not only you truly understand what human design is all about, but that you actually have a way of explaining this to your besties and to the important people in your life so you can share the magic of the human design information with the people you care most about. Let's dig deep. Human design is called the science of our aura. We all have an energetic body that is around 2 arms length, 3 meters big, and everything in our life is matter, meaning everything in our life is energy. Once we start understanding our own energetic body, we can understand and see why we have resistance in our life and what we can do to move into flow. Human design is made out of astrology, the ancient Chinese knowledge, the I Ching, the mystic side of Judaism, which is Kabbalah, the chakra centers that you might mostly know from yoga, but also quantum physics and genetics. And together with your birth date, birth hour, and birthplace, we're able to retrieve the body chart that looks something like this. This is my body chart. The magic of human design is really that it creates this energetic roadmap of who you've come to be and how to align to your soul's purpose by tapping into your inner guidance and your voice and understanding how to utilize your unique gifts and talents to share them with the world. If you haven't looked at your chart yet, there's a free link in the description below where you can download your human design body graph. So I truly believe that our soul knows exactly what experiences, what relationships, what opportunities, what material things are meant for us in this lifetime. And all of these things are in a sort of iCloud. And our aura has the password. Our aura is the key that connects the things that are meant for us into our reality. But what happens, and this is something that we talk so often about in human design, is the process of conditioning and the process of deconditioning. And so conditioning, we can imagine it like the slime sitting on top of our aura, not allowing our soul to communicate with the things that are meant for us in our lifetime. And so what happens is that this conditioning is born from when we were little and we showed ourselves authentically, but parts of that authenticity weren't able to be loved and accepted for what they are, and we were instead ashamed, blamed, and maybe even physically, emotionally hurt when expressing our whole authentic side. So our innate drive to survive made us reject certain parts of our whole authentic self in order to be loved and accepted and survive in the environment that we've grown up with. And so what happens is that the moment that we reject a part of our authentic self, we lose a part of our whole self. When we lose a part of our whole self, psychology calls this the lost self. And what happens is that we all start feeling that emptiness, which is so intrinsic to the human design experience. And so what then happens is that we try to look for success in our work, or we find intense but toxic relationships. We try to fill that emptiness and that void with material things, with substances that distract us from the pain, from the lack that we carry inside. And so how human design can help you is that it actually really is able to retrieve all of the parts of your authentic self that have been lost in shame, guilt, and blame, and bring them to the surface. And when we bring them to the surface and we understand that these are the inherent traits that will make you so unique and are the pieces to the puzzle that will allow you to have a successful, aligned, and fulfilled life, we can start integrating them back into our whole authentic self. And once we're back to that whole authentic self, that slime can be taken out of from our aura, and our soul can go back to communicating with the things that we're meant to experience in this lifetime. And so if you're somebody who's ever had a vision of what your life could be, or you've had an experience, a feeling that you remember wholeheartedly that was incredible, that you were like, oh my God, this is how I want my life to feel like, then it's really important to understand that some people might not have a vision yet, or maybe you haven't had a vision or a feeling yet. But one thing I'm certain that everybody who was watching this, you included, must have felt at some point in your life is this cannot be all. And I think that this is the reason why you're here, and this is the reason why you feel called to human design, because your subconscious knows all these amazing things are waiting here for me, all of this potential to be explored, but I haven't figured out how to achieve it. And so how human design can help us is that it has a very clear strategy that allows us to have a tangible tool with which we can collaborate with the universe to take a step onto the path towards our purpose. And therefore, we're really able to move away from what society tells us or our limiting beliefs or anything that keeps us small and allows us to really be supported in our unique essence to show up in the world in a way that serves the most to the expansion of consciousness. By the end of the video, you will understand the most important things that you can learn about human design, what they're called, and how they can serve you. And so the first thing that I want you to understand is your energy type. Your energy type is going to be the most important thing to understand and embody in your human design, because thanks to your energy type, you will really have the space on which to build on. There's so much information. One of the things that I always say is that we often tend to hide behind the amount of information that there is, because it can be scary to embody it. It can be scary to live it out. It can be scary to be like, oh, I'm gonna do what this weird human design lady is telling me. But actually, all my life, I've been conditioned to believe something that is the opposite of what human design is telling me or teaching me or, allowing me, inviting me to think about. And so the energy type is made out of strategy, the not self theme, and the signature. And I made a video on all of these aspects for every energy type that you can watch here. And so what I think is really important to understand is that the strategy in your human design is going to be the tangible tool. The reason why I feel deeply called to human design, and even though I really love astrology, I still really feel called to human design because it's practical to me. It's reasonable, it's tangible. I can change something. I feel empowered to take a step to being responsible for myself and my own life through this strategy. So for me, the strategy is the highest value of things that you can find in the human design system. And so the strategy is that tangible tool that allows you to collaborate with the universe to create energetic alignment. The not self theme is going to be that feeling, that emotion that helps you understand when you've gotten off track. The not self theme is going to be an icky feeling that alarms you, hey, the path you're walking is not correct, it's not energetically aligned, and I'm gonna make you feel like shit so that you become aware of it. It's never there to punish us, it's always there to redirect us towards the path of our purpose. And then we have the signature. And the signature is like the crown of the energy type. It's where we want to get to. It's our major goal. It is what will fulfill us. We can have all of these external things for validation, but the only thing where we're really going to feel aligned and deeply in our purpose is when we live out our signature. So make sure to really move towards that northern star that represents your signature. Next, we're going to move on to the profiles, and the profiles is who you've come to be. The profile is who you've come to embody, the role you've come to play. So we all have this karma that we've come to break, that we've come to live out. And the profile is how we do it, is how we learn, it's how we move through life, it's how we understand things. So purpose is not that far off thing that is so hard for us to get to. Purpose is actually being who you've come to be in every moment of your life and sharing who you've come to be and who others expect you to be in an energetic way in your everyday, sharing this with the people in your life and your community and the world at large. Then we have the authority, and the authority has such an incredible way of really transforming your life. the authority is your decision-making tool. And as we're moving into this new paradigm, as we're moving into 2027, where there's a shift in consciousness, all of these outer authorities are crumbling, meaning politics, meaning school system, even the way that we refer to doctors. When we go to a doctor, we're like, thank you for your diagnosis, but I'm gonna like chat GPT that shit, and I'm gonna find an alternative that doesn't just put a band-aid, but also gets to the root. And I love medicine, nothing against medicine, but I'm just saying the way that our grandparents used to idolize doctors is not at all how my generation proceeds in taking in information from this outer authority like doctors, okay? So because we're going to see all of these outer authorities crumbling, what we're going to notice is that our inner voice is going to be so important, because when everything around us is crumbling, what are you going to hold on to? And the answer is your authority. And every authority is different. There's 5 inner authorities, so the guiding voice will be inside you. And then there's 2 outer authorities. That means that voice that will guide you will come from an exterior perspective. And so you can understand more about authorities in this video that I've done here. Then we have the energy centers. And the energy centers are already something where we start to understand ourselves on a deeper level. We're going to have defined, closed, colored-in energy centers, and those are the places where we are dominant. And every energy center represents a different part of our body, a different organ, and a different quality that we have. And so where we have defined, colored-in energy centers, that's where we're gonna feel strong, dominant, and very sure of ourselves. And then we're gonna have the open energy centers, and the open energy centers is where we take in information. The open energy centers is where we have come here to learn. This is where we're meant to have obstacles. This is where we're meant to experience struggle, because through overcoming those struggles, we're able to learn our lessons and are able to expand and use that experience to support others overcome similar lessons and struggles. And so the energy centers are really parts of ourselves that will help us understand what our innate qualities are, what our innate strengths are, what our biggest lessons in life are, and how we can overcome them. And also they will help us understand how our body is trying to communicate with us, and where we can step into leadership, where we have something to offer, and how we can offer that to the world. Then we get to the gates and the channels. And the gates and the channels are the innate little gifts that you carry inside your aura. And so the way that I describe them is that they're really like this beautiful juicy fruit that is hanging inside, or that's hanging on a tree. They're kind of like hanging in your aura. The more what you say and how you act is aligned with what people perceive to feel and sense in your energetic field, the more magnetic and radiant you become. When we're not authentic, when we don't understand our gifts, when we don't understand our innate qualities, what can end up happening is that we're not really juicing the fruit. And so other people can't really see the incredible value that we have, which leaves us frustrated, which leaves us bitter, because we don't understand why people do not see all the amazing qualities that are inside us. And the first step is that you start realizing the beautiful, innate, unique qualities that you carry, and by expressing them and aligning with them, you can actually connect with other people to create new, beautiful, electric energy. And so the gates and the channels are really the nitty-gritty of understanding deep down how different energies are going to be expressed, what the things are that drive you, and what are the things that motivate you to move through the world in a certain specific way. And last but certainly not least, we have the Incarnation Cross. And the Incarnation Cross is really like that kind of like follow through line that connects all the dots in your life. And when you honor your Incarnation Cross, it really is part of your karma, your purpose, the way that you're supposed to move through life. And what's going to happen is that your Incarnation Cross will impact the people in your life. You will always meet the different people in your life at a specific point in order to change something in you, in order to impact you, in order to, leave their imprint on you. And we've all had these experiences where maybe we meet somebody, on a trip for 3 days, but their impact is so strong. And maybe their impact is so strong because of something they said or something we experienced together. But maybe it is an energetic thing. Maybe their Incarnation Cross had a deep impact on us. And so the Incarnation Cross is kind of like our leitmotif. It allows us to really understand what aspects of ourselves are meant to be brought into all aspects of our lives. It's innate, our mission. We don't always have to fulfill it. It's not always in our reach to fulfill it, but it is really something that allows us to understand what our true energetic purpose is on a larger scale, and influencing especially the people around us, the people that meet us, and everybody that our energy comes into contact with throughout our life. My name is Gabriela, and I'm a human design leader and energetic expert and the founder of the Transformational Human Design Certification. And if you've liked this video, please like the video, subscribe, share with anybody you think could have value from this information, and leave your questions in the comments below, because I absolutely love engaging with you and being able to support you deeper in the comments. Thank you so much for being here, and remember, I don't care what anybody says, I love you.